Hey y'all, it is April the 24th, 2024 actually. All right. I just jumped on right here at the very tail end of the day, uh, just to say that I did it, basically. All right. I got certain things I got to do, and live streaming was one of them. It's going to be a short and late broadcast tonight. Not gonna say too much. In fact, what's the most one of the most important things I'm gonna say right now is I wish you a good night. I wish you a very pleasant evening and some sweet dreams. That's what I came by here to do tonight. All right, I don't got my stuff together, and we don't really have a theme for tonight. But I did want to show you one thing, and this is why I'm late, or it's part of the reason why I'm late. I was getting shit done, buddy. I was getting her done, like Larry, the cable guy, said a long time ago, and I did. And I wanted to take a little bit of time out tonight, not too long, in order to show y'all. All right, just to prove that I'm not lying. All right, so read them in a week. Check this out. Yeah. What is that? Well, honestly, it's a clipboard written sideways. All right, it's a clipboard, and I got dry erase marker on it. It's to go ahead and facilitate my needs for a whiteboard. Right? This might all sound just retarded to you. I mean, most people turn this on and said this is for blithering retards and stuff. This whiteboard business is for little children. I mean, this person, what's he getting at? All right. I don't know what I'm getting at exactly, but it's progress. All right. I want to show you this a little bit of progress. All right. And the train will hopefully keep on rolling right here. This plastic, what it is a clipboard. It's got stuff written on it. I'll show you. But the thing is, it's backwards. All right. So you're going to have no idea what the hell it says here on this clipboard because it's backwards. But I'll let you know. All right. Like at the top, it says goals. All right, it's to increase my productivity. This is for me to look at every single day. I don't want it staring at me when I wake up. I want to place it right where I'm looking at when I wake up, probably. And I want to take a look at it before I go to sleep. And I'll share with you what it is I got written on my whiteboard. Maybe y'all got some whiteboards out there. Right? Maybe y'all already have some, but maybe I might inspire you to get you a whiteboard or something similar. I mean, that's bigoted. Maybe get you a brown board or something like that. But whatever, and you write your goals on it. Now, I want to acknowledge. I mean, I know you can't read this because it's backwards, but I wrote goals at the top, right? And I have a little different colors so that it kind of pops out a little bit. And underneath, I read, I guess it's a list of 9 things, and this is just personal for me. A list of 9 things because I kind of ran out of room as well. But also, these goals I want to acknowledge are basically like tasks, pretty much a task list. You might even argue, well, it's not a goals list. This is like a task list, like a to-do list every day. Well, the thing is, these tasks right here basically are my goals, right? To even attempt to do it every day, not forget. That's really the goal. The end game of it all, I don't know. Oblivion. We're all gonna end up like dust in the wind, anyways. What's the end game? I don't know. These tasks happen to be my goals. I guess I'll probably label them short-term goals or daily goals. And then I figure, either I'll write on the back, I'll use the back. I guess you can see through it. Or maybe I'll just buy a bigger whiteboard. I went to the store, assuming they would have whiteboards. They had dry erase markers and everything, but no whiteboards for whatever reason. And so I just bought this clipboard. Perhaps I'll buy a bigger whiteboard. Perhaps that'll be one of my goals. But it'll be a long term goal. So like the thing is, okay, maybe I got daily goals. And I do want to see that. And I do want to have little check boxes right here. These check boxes give me the gratification of being able to check them every time I get them done. Check them, check them. And it'll give me some satisfaction. It'll give me some dopamine rush. And then at the end of the day, I'll look at my list and I'll have the same exact list. See, this is the plan. This is the organization. I'll have the same exact list on my phone, right? And whatever it is I checked off or didn't check off, that'll get checked off or didn't get checked off on my phone and then registered for that day so as to keep a tabulation, a documentation of how often I get all my tasks done or which ones I don't get done and why is that? And can I eliminate it from my task list? Now, as a person who jumped in the room, and I gotta apologize right now, this is the most boring bullshit you're ever gonna want to see in your life, all right? So you might as well just get up out of here. But, later on, some people might, I don't know. I don't know if anybody is on this level. I'm putting this out here because I'm retarded. And maybe somebody else is retarded out there. It's like, dude, we can't get our goals accomplished. I mean, like, I get all scatterbrained and I wind up just like wandering off. And that ain't right. So I got a daily task list. But the thing is, I should also make like a long term task list. That's probably going to be very necessary. I mean, it's like not probably, it's definitely going to be necessary here in the final days, right? So, like for example, I want to give you some examples. It's written out backwards, can't read them. So, these are like my daily goals, okay? These are things supposed to get done every day, regardless. If I don't, I should be embarrassed of myself, all right? So, number one, as I mentioned yesterday, silent prayer, all right? It has to be done. If you don't do that, you are asking for trouble, and I'm talking to myself, man, because I know you stray away from the silent prayer, and then you kind of lose yourself to the world. So it's very important. Number two, I got cleanse, which I put cleanse because basically I clean my living area, but it doesn't just have to be that. Maybe I'll clean myself real good. Maybe I'll clean my feet real good or something like that. Maybe I'll clean the car real good or something that day to cleanse it, to make it more cleaner than it was before when I woke up. To live stream, that's what I'm doing right now. I can check that off right now if I wanted to. Look, check this out, man. Look at this live stream. I'm gonna check this off right now. It's like history in the making. See that? My live stream thing I checked. Okay. And there's random things too as well. Like I want to make an absurd X post. Didn't make one today. Gotta make one tomorrow. Gotta get creative. Start rambling off absurdities onto X. Get funds. It's number 5 on my list. Get funds, which means like, hey, I wake up and I go to work and they pay me for that. So I get money. But however, like maybe say if I have a day off from a particular job, then I get money some other way. And if I don't get money some other way, then it's incumbent upon me to learn different various ways and progress myself on getting money. Right. So regardless if you make money that day, you got to think of different ways to get money. Right. So that's number 5. And right now I got on my list because I ran out of space. I got number 6. Is to use a notepad. It's to use a notepad. I actually don't have it on me. I haven't used it today either. I plan to get on it tomorrow and I'll show you what I checked off tomorrow. I'll show you because I got a notepad and it fits there in my pocket. And people tell me stuff like all the time, but it's like, dude, it doesn't really Sometimes I might write it in my phone, but I don't know if it really, really sticks. Because truth be told, I'll put it in my phone and then I'll lose it in a million different digital documents. Right. So I'm gonna give the notepad a try. I've done the notepad before, and I think that it works really, really well. So I got to keep it up. I got to buy more notepads because you run out real quick. 7 is write something, and I don't even know what I mean by that. But write something. Write something. I don't know what I mean. A story, a memoir, a description of the end of the damn world. I'm not sure exactly, but I put it as number 7 is write something. To write something. Story? My story? I don't know. I'm not sure if I know, but number 8, as I mentioned before, physical fitness. I'm talking about every day. And the reason is, yeah, okay, you'll see results. Yeah, I'm jacked and all this and stuff, and ladies be looking. Yeah, that's great. It's great. It's definitely a plus, but the thing is also physical fitness in order to like put my body at ease. Put my body at ease because I get my ants in my pants and it makes me want to do the wiggle dance. It's like, dude, if I don't get something physical done, it's going to mess with me. All right. So I got it right here to check it off. There have been days in which I didn't get shit. I didn't get the physical fitness done. I'm over here trying to get all these other tasks done and stuff like that. And I'm wondering to myself, how come I feel so effed up? All right, because I didn't have a list. I didn't realize that I didn't check it off. And then 9 right now is going to be last, but not really least, is to learn a new song. Learn a new song every day. All right. Maybe not like a whole new song, but try to. All right. Some of these drill, murder, rap music songs are long as hell, man. They're long. There's a lot to memorize. So, but do what I can to memorize this song, that song, have a diversity of different songs that I like have memorized, and then learn to sing them. Okay, and I feel like that it I should personally be embarrassed to not get every single one of these things either done or attempted every single day. All right, and that should be my goal. And there's other goals too that I got to write down, maybe long-term goals. All right, so we're not going to make this a long broadcast, but I do have some long-term goals that I can like discuss right now on a personal level. And really, in regards to how it's correlated to my environment, if you will. So, like, for example, one of my long term goals, and I might get it done this week, I got to holler at some people. My car has been not running for, I don't even know, like 2 months. I don't know, a long time. Because I'm poor, right? But I've also been like taking what money that I have and buying other stuff and taking care of other stuff. Like for example, I got an electric scooter, and that's kind of people. I'm sure people feel all sort of ways about that, but it's fun. It's fun as hell. My electric scooter. So and it's kind of nifty. All right. Um, Recently, I got my lawnmower fixed, and it costed all sort of money to get it fixed. But I needed my lawnmower basically to mow the lawn. All right. And so it doesn't get outrageous. The longer you let it go on, the more outrageous, the harder it is to even cut. So I wanted to get that out of the way even before I got my car situated. Get the lawnmower because freaking it's summer. It's spring right now, right? In San Antonio. But what spring basically is for most people in America is straight up summer. And then like when our summer comes, it's just going to be like annoying and just frustratingly hot. All right. But already we're in like spring/summer, so all the grass is growing like crazy. So I got that. And there's a couple various things that I must get, and it's on a personal level. I know a lot of people have their own things that they need to get. You might want to start thinking about it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bullshitting. But on a personal note, while I get these daily tasks done, or I try my best to do them, concentrate on that and see where that takes me. All right. And as far as other things, don't worry about other things necessarily, except for the fact is I got to get my car fixed. Now I already bought the part. The part is headed its way to me right now. I gotta get my man to come over, and we're gonna get some damn grease monkeys and pop that thing right in. Hopefully this weekend or maybe next weekend or something like that. That's crucial because the San Antonio summer is deadly, and in fact, riding around an electric scooter in San Antonio is deadly as hell. Just so that you know. Um, I mean, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. But okay, there's that. And then, okay, there's a couple, two, three things that have to get themselves situated for sure. Probably four, five, six things, but to concentrate on two or three things before the year is over. Before the year is over. I wonder if I say before the year is over. Before the year is over. Before the year is over. If I say that enough, like it'll make people like maybe stick in their head, like, oh shit, before this year is over, before this year is over, before this year is over, and as soon as possible, I personally gotta find myself get some silver. I wish I could buy some silver today. I want it. I want it so bad. I want it so bad because the price of silver and gold, by the way, and probably most precious metals is going up. It's going up, and maybe it might come down a little bit. I heard gold dipped a little bit today, but it's going up. Period. You know why? Because it's a damn guarantee that the U.S. dollar is going down. Right? That's a damn guarantee. There is no way on God's green earth that the United States dollar is not going to bite the high hard one soon. Soon. Okay, so from what I heard, I've been hearing a lot of different people talking, but from what I heard, your best bet, of course, they say, is to get bullion. Get that bullion because if you're out here getting special silver coins and stuff with the Eagles and Donald Trump on it, and bullshit like that, that's just not gonna. You're paying way too much for it. You're paying way too much. And so I've been told to get that bullion. You got to get that bullion. And I know that there's plenty of probably different places that offer bullion. There's way, way more places that offer you some bullshit ass collector coins and stuff like that. So you got to be very careful with that. But like, for example, I called up the folks at Kirk Elliott Precious Metals. That's KEPM.com. The other day I called them up, and it's basically they don't have like prices they got bullion and this sort of stuff, and they deal with like retirement funds and all sort of stuff, but they don't have prices. You got to call them up, and then they'll return your call, and then they'll have a person talk to you about it. There's different various strategies, of course, because you're investing. And it's very important to talk to somebody at great length about it. And so that's what they're going to do. It's not like a thing where, oh, let me buy $50 of silver off you and stuff like, uh, because, and then they ship it out to you. It's more in depth, it's more personal, and they're really working with you as far as strategy goes. All right. I came to find out that in order to even get your foot in the door, you do have to put up $500, which is like the least amount that they're like $500 is it's kind of embarrassing to them probably, but they know that they have to let people like me perhaps get a chance, but I have to get $500 first. And if I get $500 and send it out to them, then I might really have something going as far as silver. But I gotta save up for that, and I do want to get that, and I want to get that as soon as possible. There really is no time to wait at all. And like for example, if I were to compare the silver to say a gun, right? Some sort of gun that I might like, which be my particular gun, or maybe hopefully I can get two, three guns. I don't know. But as far as gun or the silver first, I'm gonna pick the silver first. My reasoning being, well, if the silver goes up in value, then I'll use it to buy a gun, which of course the guns are going to go up in value as well, but at least I won't be paying for the damn dollars. So that's what my thinking is, and perhaps I'll just be able to buy the silver, and before this end of the year, be able to buy the silver and even be able to pay cash for a gun. I do want to bring up that I'm fixing to get my taxes all squared away this year, and perhaps I'll get a return. But I never like count on it. I never really know if that's the case, so I'm not going to really assume that I'm going to get any money back from that sort of thing. Although I obviously should get it because I'm poor and broke. Right, the silver, gun, that sort of thing, and then obviously whatever you can before the end of the year. Before the end of the year, and then we'll get up out of here pretty soon. Who's ever up in the building? I wish you a very good evening. But before the end of the year, there's certain things like I've bought storable foods before, and then I've used them too as well because like I'm poor, and sometimes I'll use them because like I'll be looking at it with like, look at all this food I got, man. We're not. It's like, dude, I'm poor, and I'll open it up and start eating it. So storable food, like the regular things that people already know, a water filter, which I already have and stuff, that sort of thing, And then beyond that, I couldn't call it. I couldn't call it. But as I've been talking about, before, and I'm gonna keep talking about it because, like, I guess it makes sense. Is that this year is all fucked up. I'm like not the 100,000th person to say it. Everybody who I know, who I ever seen on the internet has told me about the final days. Okay. So, but all right, everybody knows it's an election coming up. You should already know it's going to be shenanigans. Can I say that on YouTube? Probably not. They're going to delete it if they find it out. But there's going to be mass shenanigans, and I don't know what that means. But it's going to be all like that. Now, I have put out the prediction that, and well, I don't know if it's a prediction more so as like their intent, or I don't know if you'd say intent, but it's like an urge that they have that they obviously haven't done, but they really would like to do it. My prediction, if you will, was that all these immigrants that are being it's not even immigrants, but all these people who are being like wrangled up into North America and Europe and stuff, that's for a reason. It's to kind of like bleed dry of populations, other countries, especially below South America and stuff like that. Um, for whatever reason, build up escalation and war so much so that they'll have a good excuse to accidentally stand down and we get hit with some tactical nuclear bomb that supposedly comes from Russia and it did not come from Russia, and it's just going to be a nightmare scenario. That is something that they would like to do, and they're actually planning for it. That's why all the bunkers in New Zealand and all the bunkers in South America and stuff like that, they are planning for it. Whether or not they can pull it off, I'm not saying that, but that is their plan. Now, meanwhile, in the meantime, it's not just one plan. Of course, it's like a whole. It's evil at every angle in order to get us to the point. Is you're never gonna get out of this. You got yourself in a Chinese finger trap and stuff, man, and it's surrounded on all sides with evil. So they're doing everything they can to f up the food supply right now, and they've been doing it for a couple of years now. So that sounds bad, right? They're effing up the food supply. That's going to be pretty bad. That's not going to be something like that we are inconvenienced by. There's that. There's Disease X and all these sort of stuff that I can't even shouldn't even be saying on YouTube right now. Oh, you better believe they're gonna have a Disease X because that Disease X, or maybe perhaps civil skirmishes because borders are wide open. We got God knows who running all around the nation. And if they so happen to hate, if they hate America as much as some of these people hate themselves, the ones lighting themselves on fire, then they'll light themselves on fire and light everybody else on fire too. So it could be that, or it could be we all fallen over with diseases, and that's why we can't have an election for real. That's why we don't have to do mail-in ballots or whatever. So, so one point of thinking is that okay, they'll do anything to keep Donald Trump out of office, even though it's obvious. All the people who debate whether or not Trump is on the up and up, or how smart he is. It's good that they debate that. It's good that they talk about it to great length. That should be what we talk about the most. But regardless of what any of them say or anybody says about whether or not they approve or they like it or they don't know where it's going, Donald Trump is going to be elected president. It's pretty damn well obvious. There's nothing more obvious than this. And so I just want to put that out there. And it's because of things like that for example, Alex Jones, he would speculate or he would wonder out loud if they can't stop us. Because here's the thing, yeah, election fraud. Oh man, I don't know if I could say that. Yeah, that's a thing that exists. All right, it's like but it's not easy to do either. Not easy to do, and you can only do it so much. And as I've said before, I have the feeling that in landslide victories, in which where it's overwhelming what the people want, it's really hard to steal that away from them. And so Alex Jones say, like, okay, maybe it would be a plan C, plan D, plan E, or whatever for these people if they know that they cannot get away with still no an election again. If they know that they can't do it, then they'll just let them have it. And I can't imagine a scenario other than the ones that I'm describing right now. I just can't even imagine it. And I wish somebody would explain to me a scenario where this is not the case. Okay, they will let Donald Trump have it. Why? Because it's obvious, right? And immediately, maybe from there, maybe they didn't drop the disease, but now they'll drop the disease. And you think they'll hesitate to do it? All right. So if Donald Trump gets in and everybody's like prayers get answered necessarily, that's really when the pain's going to start. And there's no getting out of it. Like if Donald Trump is not the president, the pain is going to start immediately. I have no idea any other way that is even possible. They're going to F the economy. They maybe drop some disease. Already there's food shortage. They're going to shortage it even more. All that sort of stuff. So that's coming up. And that's what's coming up. Anyways, I got to get up out of here. Was I guess an interesting thing to leave y'all off with tonight is I found it pretty interesting. There's a lot of retardation that you can find, looking through the news headlines. But I was thinking to myself, number one, it's like absurd. It's pretty damn absurd. Like what I was being hidden from us. For example, I was thinking about it earlier, and it's because Tucker Carlson had brought it up. So Alex Jones predicted in detail what would happen on 9/11, and he did so well over half a year before it ever did happen. All right, so many years later, You got freaking retards coming up to me and saying, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, you're like Alex Jones, the Sandy Hook man." No, it's not the Sandy Hook man. It's the guy who predicted 9/11 a whole half year before it happened. That Alex Jones, the 9/11 predictor man, not your bullshit ass Sandy Hook nonsense that you keep bringing up. It's like, dude, if you had a country in which they were trying to look out for you, wouldn't they eventually take Alex Jones and say, "Hey, how were you able to know this? And then maybe you want to work for the government and help us out, please?" Because the whole 9/11 thing was real bad, right? No, they never did that. They never ever did that because they couldn't care any less, even though someone on record predicted exactly what y'all basically, oh, you didn't know, and you had no idea. But Alex Jones did earlier today. So it's like, okay, it lets these people will do anything that it takes to take us out. I was looking up on Google, which is the pit of hell, earlier today, and we'll get up out of here. Some of y'all might already know this. False flag. Have you ever heard of that phrase? False flag is something that exists, right? But if you go to Google and you type in, for example, false flag imminent, how many people do you think are predicting that a false flag is imminent in the world or in America? It's not just Alex Jones. How many people out there do you think, or you suppose, perhaps, maybe, are predicting right now that a false flag is imminent? Right. But if you go to Google and you type in false flag imminent, you know what you're going to get? Yeah, you do. You already know what you're going to get. Russia is the only country fucking in the world that's even capable of comprehending the idea of pulling off a false flag. Go to Google, like type in false flag imminent, and you'll realize the only people who ever heard of, ever implemented, ever even dreamt of trying a false flag, believe it or not, was Russia and Putin. They invented it. Tucker Carlson, he invented fucking terrorism and stuff. I heard what's his name? Mitch McConnell, he said it. Tucker Carlson invented the Russian war because Mitch McConnell said it, and we're all blithering retards. I'll holler at y'all a little bit later. It is April the 20, whatever, 4th, 5th, 7th. It's World War III. I'll holler at y'all a little bit later with some, follow up to that.